Okay, just a quick 6-minute clip. I think just go to spot colour. This one here with the bar chips is actually, it did green in the centre there. As you can probably see if I just pull back a little bit, you can see a bit of greening in there. It's better if I wet it up, you can actually see the greening starting to grow somewhat. Has a nice darker green colour to it, so that might be interesting. So but we're learning from this one. There seems to be no real difference between the newspaper cellulose and peat when it's on the surface. However, when we put the newspaper cellulose into the medium, you get the idea it has to be around about, definitely a third or less, probably even a sixth or less, or around about 15%. Now, from the Henry J. Oosting and Patricia R. Roberts paper, the ecology of the Venus flytrap or Dionaea, they were suggesting the organic matter was usually 5, 10, 15% in the soil. Occasionally got up to 30%. That's around about 30% was the maximum it ever got to. But normally, on average, it was either 5, 10, or 15% sort of thing that they could burn off in their experiments. So yeah, I reckon I may actually have to water these twice. Early in the morning, I'm going to get up really early, maybe 9 o'clock, 9:30, and water these, and then probably going to have to do it again. But I like the nice glowing look. I don't know if the colour's going to be right. I'm still six right and 5 down in darkness, even though it's about 6:40 now. So yeah. So anyway, and this one over here, pretty pale and anemic, but they are surviving. This one over here, it's surviving sort of thing. They're starting, I don't know. I've never thought they've ever liked iron in the standard sense. Anyway, this one is still okay, but it's not as active as it was when it originally was going. So there's still more to learn, fellas. But this one's over here is quite interesting. I water this twice in the mornings now, so I let it flush through once, but because of this sort of frosting on the surface here, I do a second run to get that wettened up, if that's the word. Starting to come out here, but it's very strange, if you can see down there. Yeah, so but if you look at the is it JS Lippen or Pippen or something, the photographs on there, they look a bit like this in the wild, especially in the growing in almost what looks like pewter sand sort of thing. So saw this sort of very frosty, waxy looking sort of somewhat crystalline water repellent sort of thing. So I think we're somewhere heading in the right direction. I think these might be coming back slowly, but they could get roasted tomorrow. It's going to be an absolute scorcher tomorrow, and it's going to get even worse because because up north they're going to be getting the 46. We'll be getting in another 5, 6, or 7 weeks sort of thing, and then we used to get it for a week, or sometimes 2 weeks solid, or sometimes on and off between 1 and 3 weeks sort of thing, on and off, if it's on and off sort of thing. So we could get up to 47, 48. Don't know what they're going to get up there. If we get 46, 47, 48, they'll probably get above 50. They usually do, if it gets really bad. And I think it is going to get really bad because, as I said, we're on the end of this millennium drought that's just been going on, double the time that it would normally go on for. That's 99. We're 2018 now, and it's still going on. So does that mean that when we do finally flip into the wet, a La Nina cycle, it's going to be twice as long as well, which means you're going to have to wait longer to get to the middle of it to come out here and look at the plants, because you're not going to get the best until you get to the middle of it. That's when it's going to be at its wettest, in quotes, sort of thing. Anyway, we'll just, yeah, I think that one's actually stabilised now, but you never know. Could get roasted tomorrow. It can get that hot, fellas, that you can actually just crisp things off, sort of thing. So, yeah. You don't have to put them in the crisper here, you just put them out in the Aussie sun. I think this one's actually making a little bit of a move now, finally. It's actually going to start growing properly. So, yeah. I'm not happy about these fellas. I don't think anyone could be happy about these fellas. Yeah, I don't know what I do like the CP weed. I do like my CP weeds. Yeah. So anyway, I think that's about it. A minute and a half. Nothing much to report. This one's still doing bugger all. This one's sort of stabilised, but there's no colour in the traps, fellas. Where's the colour, fellas? Bit of colour in these traps. So, yeah, none of these other ones are doing anything either. So, you know, it's not as simple as you think, fellas. You know, it's not as, you know, you can just chuck them in peat and be certain that, oh, I'm using peat, therefore they will grow really well, really fast, really colourful. Nah, can't even bank on that sort of thing. But yeah, it's not too bad, I suppose. Starting to make a move, but as I said, 5 years ago when I did it in 2011, 2012 sort of thing, they were getting this stage about 2 months before we are now, sort of thing. So what's going on, fellas? You know, are they just pumping the hormones up at the back end of the greenhouse, these worse than they were 5 years ago, and we've got to wait longer to get rid of that stuff? I don't know. Someone out there must know what they're actually getting up to. Someone's going to spill the beans eventually, surely, and it'll be, right, 5 minutes back of the bike sheds for right thumping. Because I reckon that's what they deserve. I think that's what they need, actually. Because it's just robbing you of years of your life, basically. You've got to wait a year to get, you know, starting growing normally, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it. I'll tell you on the back end of tomorrow or on the next day if the house is burnt down, I suppose. Yeah, I'll just rush from the house with my camera and film the smoking room the following day, I reckon, if that's what's going to happen.